Seriously, look how big it is. I don't think it is a human. I think it's a Sasquatch.
In an unexpected turn of events, a retired FBI agent has come forward with shocking news. Evidence supporting the existence of Bigfoot may actually be real. Long relegated to the realm of myth, folklore, and conspiracy theories, the legendary creature known as Bigfoot or Sasquatch has occupied a shadowy place in the public's imagination for decades. But recent developments have reignited the conversation, and it's no longer just believers who are interested. The FBI's involvement in Bigfoot research has brought an official weight to a subject often dismissed as fantasy. The FBI's involvement, uncovering a hidden file. Surprisingly, the FBI's connection to Bigfoot research dates back to the 1970s. Peter Byrne, a prominent Bigfoot researcher and founder of the Bigfoot Information Center and Exhibition in Oregon, contacted the FBI in 1976 after discovering a mysterious hair sample he believed might belong to Bigfoot. He asked the Bureau to analyze the sample for evidence. The FBI, which generally doesn't involve itself in mythical creature investigations, agreed to test the sample, citing scientific curiosity as their reason. For years, the results of this analysis remained classified, fueling rumors that the Bureau was hiding something. It wasn't until 2019, through a Freedom of Information Act (FOIA) request, that the FBI's Bigfoot investigation file was officially released.
Our goal is to try to identify, first eliminate a hair as a possible Sasquatch hair by attributing it to something known, like a human, or a chimpanzee, or a brown bear.
The report revealed that the sample had been tested and identified as belonging to a known animal. Unfortunately, it was just deer hair. Many took this as conclusive proof against Bigfoot's existence. However, new statements from retired agents suggest that the 1976 analysis may not have been the Bureau's only examination of Bigfoot evidence. The shocking revelations of Agent Scott Daniels. Recently, a retired FBI agent, Scott Daniels, has shed new light on the Bureau's involvement in Bigfoot research, revealing that the organization conducted additional tests on other samples throughout the 1980s and 1990s. According to Daniels, the FBI received a series of samples from anonymous sources, including hair, footprints, and even tissue specimens from locations where Bigfoot sightings had been reported. In some cases, the materials didn't match any known species, sending shockwaves through the investigative team. Daniels alleges that the Bureau was under pressure not to publicize these findings, fearing ridicule and a backlash from the scientific community. He claims that internal reports and memos pointed to a deliberate decision to downplay Bigfoot-related inquiries. "We were getting results that couldn't be explained," he said. "It wasn't what we expected, and some of us believed we had something significant. But the official stance was to avoid giving it legitimacy."
Foot was peeling off substantially, so there's a lot of flexibility in both directions, right? This isn't just some cast of a foot that you stuck onto the bottom of a shoe.
Or some carved wooden foot stompers that one attaches to some hiking boots and stomps around through the mud.
Physical evidence, beyond hoaxes and misidentifications. According to Daniels, the most compelling evidence was a large footprint cast sent to the FBI in 1994. The print, which measured 17 inches long and 7 inches wide, showed dermal ridges, similar to human fingerprints, that experts concluded were not artificial. Initial analysis suggested it might belong to an unknown primate species, but without a comparable sample, the Bureau couldn't verify it conclusively. The footprint, along with hair samples that didn't match any known animal species, formed a small but tantalizing archive. The Bureau also reportedly received a sample of unknown tissue in 1998. When tested, the sample didn't align with any known animal genomes. Although the DNA was partially degraded, researchers were able to identify a unique sequence suggesting it wasn't a match for any native North American species. Despite this, the sample was never made public, and the testing was quietly discontinued. Over the years, countless individuals have reported encounters with the mysterious Bigfoot in the dense forests of North America. These accounts describe a hulking, fur-covered figure with piercing dark eyes that seem to glow in the shadows. Recently, a wave of sightings has emerged, with compelling new evidence from witnesses across the United States, particularly in Texas, where some are now convinced that Bigfoot truly roams the forests. Witnesses frequently describe eerie, echoing howls and the heavy thud of footsteps breaking the stillness of the woods, creating an atmosphere thick with tension. Imagine you're on a peaceful hike when suddenly, the quiet of the forest is shattered by an unsettling howl, and you glimpse a massive shape moving through the trees. It's a scenario that has both thrilled and terrified those who claim to have had such encounters.
Ronnie, what was that?
I don't know. I've never heard anything like that.
Come with us as we dive into these mysterious tales and examine the eerie evidence, chilling sightings, and captivating accounts that surround Bigfoot. This journey into the unknown might even make you think twice before taking that solo stroll through the woods. Doug Teague's encounter, Bigfoot in North Carolina? Our exploration begins in August 2019 with Doug Teague, a resident near Hickory, North Carolina, and a dedicated Bigfoot enthusiast. Doug's curiosity and passion for the unknown had often led him to explore the woods surrounding his home, equipped with trail cameras in hopes of capturing something unusual. On this particular day, while walking his dog, Crazy Daisy, Doug set out to check his cameras. Little did he know that his routine trip would become one of the most talked about Bigfoot sightings in recent years. While making his way through the forest, Doug heard an odd knocking sound echoing in the distance, unlike anything he had heard before. He cautiously approached the sound, recording with his phone as he went. Suddenly, he caught sight of a large, shadowy figure standing on a nearby ridge. Doug managed to capture what he believes is one of the clearest videos of a possible Bigfoot. His experience didn't end there. After the sighting, Doug discovered several large footprints nearby. He immediately made casts of them, preserving the physical evidence.
Looks like he's looking over top of that stump. Look at it. He's moving.
But perhaps the most unsettling aspect of Doug's encounter was the behavior of the creature. As he drew closer, it reportedly threw rocks at him, a behavior previously reported in Bigfoot encounters, but not typical of any known animal. Fascinated by this behavior, Doug shared his findings with an anthropologist who suggested the footprint casts could belong to a creature over 15 feet tall. While skeptics remain, some experts have reviewed Doug's video and footprint casts and consider them authentic. Could this be solid proof, or is it just another elaborate hoax? Bigfoot spotted in the San Gabriel wilderness. Doug Teague's story isn't the only recent encounter that has reignited interest in Bigfoot. In 2020, a hiker in California's San Gabriel wilderness experienced a chilling moment that left him questioning what he had witnessed. While admiring the scenic landscape, he decided to film the breathtaking surroundings, panning his camera over the dense forest. As he reviewed his footage, he noticed something unusual hiding in the trees below. A towering figure, likely between 10 and 15 feet tall, standing silently among the shadows. The creature's stillness and imposing presence sent chills down the hiker's spine. Although the San Gabriel wilderness isn't typically known for Bigfoot sightings, this sighting brought renewed attention to the area. Interestingly, this was not an isolated incident in Southern California. Just a few years earlier, in 2018, a woman hiking in the nearby San Bernardino Mountains claimed to have encountered a Sasquatch in a tree. As she approached, the creature turned its head toward her, confirming that it was no mere shadow. The legacy of Eric Shipton and the Mount Everest footprint. Bigfoot sightings aren't limited to the forests of North America. The legend's roots trace back to encounters with a similar creature in the Himalayas, the infamous Yeti, often considered a relative of Bigfoot. One of the most famous pieces of evidence came in 1951 when British explorer Eric Shipton discovered a massive footprint high on the slopes of Mount Everest at an altitude of around 19,000 feet. The footprint, measuring roughly 13 inches in length, stood out starkly in the snow. Recognizing its significance, Shipton photographed the footprint next to his ice axe, providing a scale that would fuel curiosity for decades. While Shipton never saw the creature that made the tracks, his photograph would become one of the most iconic pieces of evidence in cryptozoology. The footprint, which resembled that of a large ape or monkey, stretched across nearly a mile of snow before disappearing into the vast wilderness. Though skeptics have proposed natural explanations, the sheer size and distinctive shape of the footprint remain unexplained. adding yet another layer of mystery to the ongoing Bigfoot and Yeti debates. A strange discovery in northern Illinois. In 2015, a man in northern Illinois ventured into the woods in search of mushrooms, only to come across a discovery that would leave him questioning reality. Amid the foliage, he found a giant footprint measuring approximately 12 inches across, with what appeared to be a large bite mark on one side. Puzzled, he documented the footprint and shared it with the Bigfoot research community. While the origin of the bite remains unknown, the footprint's size and unique characteristics sparked intense discussion among experts and enthusiasts. An eerie discovery with unusual details. In another part of the forest, an odd footprint captured a curious detail. It held water, a feature that stood out to the man who found it. Fascinated, he documented the scene, recording the footprints he had discovered. But as soon as the video circulated, skeptics raised questions about its authenticity. Some viewers felt the sounds in the background were unusually dramatic, almost as if they were designed to heighten suspense. However, the man persisted in sharing his experience. A follow-up video even made it onto the History Channel, where he attempted to address doubts, providing a closer look at the mysterious footprints and explaining the circumstances surrounding his find. Yet, despite his efforts, the mystery around these strange tracks lingers. Could this be genuine evidence or a clever illusion? Just as he was recalling the exact location where he'd first sensed something approaching, he pinpointed the direction he believed the creature had come from, adding to the suspense. But this would soon be overshadowed by an even more chilling encounter. A terrifying investigation in Cannock Chase. The most unsettling report comes from 2021, when Bigfoot enthusiast Lee Brickley decided to look into a series of bizarre events in Cannock Chase, a dense forest in Staffordshire known for its paranormal reputation. From child ghost sightings to alleged UFOs, this 26-square-mile forest has long attracted those fascinated by the supernatural. Yet, Lee Brickley's discovery was entirely different and far more unnerving. While trekking through the forest, Lee came upon a set of giant footprints, each measuring 41 centimeters in length, nearly double the size of an average man's footprint, and far beyond any known animal in the area. The enormity of these prints was disturbing enough, but what he found a month later took the terror to another level. Near a deer carcass with deep bite marks and a torn throat, Lee observed massive claw marks gouged into a nearby tree. It was a grisly scene that suggested an encounter with a powerful, unknown predator. Since the start of 2019, reports of similar encounters and sightings have multiplied in the region, leading many to suspect that an unidentified creature might indeed be prowling these woods. But could these accounts be just the beginning? Could they hint at a larger mystery behind the Bigfoot legend? Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, these reports make it clear that something strange is unfolding in these remote wilderness areas. The Russian student's discovery, 2013. In 2013, 3 students from Russia set out for what they assumed would be a typical adventure in the snowy wilderness of southern Siberia. Equipped with nothing more than a mobile phone, the group came upon something truly extraordinary. As they journeyed deeper into the forest, they managed to capture a series of blurry images. The photos revealed a massive, mysterious creature lurking among the dense trees in the remote wilderness. The students, filled with curiosity and excitement, decided to follow a set of enormous footprints leading further into the snow-covered forest. What they discovered was shocking. Despite the poor quality of the images, the creature's size, shape, and movement bore an uncanny resemblance to descriptions of the legendary Bigfoot. The footage quickly went viral, with viewers wondering if this could finally be the proof needed to validate Bigfoot's existence. But that wasn't the most shocking aspect. The sighting took place in a remote area far from any human habitation, raising unsettling questions about what else could be lurking in such isolated regions. While some remained skeptical, others saw this as a breakthrough in the search for Bigfoot. Wood's strange experience in the UK. Across the Atlantic in the UK, another mysterious incident added fuel to the growing phenomenon. Wildlife enthusiast Woods had been using a makeshift shelter in a secluded forest area for some time. But one day, he found the shelter completely destroyed. Confused and frustrated, he reviewed his security footage, expecting to see local wildlife or even mischievous kids responsible for the damage. What he found, however, was far more unsettling. his cameras had recorded an unidentified figure lurking in the shadows. Tall and shrouded in mystery, the figure's movements were both deliberate and cautious. Initially, Woods thought it might be a person trespassing or perhaps a wildlife photographer. But when he consulted the landowner, he learned that no one else had permission to be there. This revelation intensified the mystery, suggesting that whoever or whatever had appeared on camera wasn't supposed to be there. Determined to get to the bottom of it, Woods set up a dummy camp to lure the figure back. He didn't see anyone with his own eyes, but his recording devices captured eerie, whooping noises, sounds commonly associated with Bigfoot sightings. Along with these sounds, he noticed other strange phenomena, broken branches and odd markings on the trees. This added even more layers to the story, fueling speculation about what could be hiding in these remote woods. Locals who heard of Woods' experiences began to discuss the possible existence of Bigfoot or some other unknown entity. As fall approaches and nights grow longer, the strange encounters show no sign of stopping. Footage adds to the growing mystery. The sightings didn't end with the encounters in Russia and the UK. Over the years, various pieces of video footage have surfaced, each adding its own piece to the puzzle. Among these are the Freeman footage and the Memorial Day footage, two widely discussed videos in the Bigfoot community. The Freeman footage, captured by Paul Freeman, shows what appears to be a large, dark figure moving through the forest in Washington state. In the clip, the creature strides through the trees with a gait that doesn't match any known animal, adding to its mystique. Then there's the Memorial Day footage, recorded on a family outing in 1996, where a massive figure is seen lurking near the tree line. While the footage may not be in high definition, both clips pass expert analysis as potentially credible sightings, keeping hope alive for believers who are convinced that these videos are authentic proof of Bigfoot. These videos, while far from definitive, continue to fascinate researchers, especially given that each has been extensively analyzed, with experts noting the creature's unusual gait, size, and movement. Even without crystal-clear resolution, the videos create enough of a case for many to wonder if these figures could indeed be the legendary Bigfoot. A hunter's startling discovery. As deer hunting season began in America, yet another puzzling encounter was added to the growing list of strange sightings. An experienced hunter, accustomed to tracking and observing wildlife, captured footage of an enormous creature that looked unlike anything he'd seen before. Out in the woods, his attention was drawn to a massive monkey-like figure moving among the trees. The creature was significantly larger than any known animal in the region, and its upright posture and powerful frame were unlike that of any bear, moose, or other large North American animal. In a clear state of shock, the hunter shared his footage with experts, hoping for an explanation. The experts analyzed it closely, inspecting for signs of tampering or digital alteration. Surprisingly, their conclusion was that the footage appeared genuine. There were no obvious signs of digital manipulation or special effects, leading the experts to confirm the footage's authenticity. This revelation left many to wonder if the creature in the video could indeed be the elusive Bigfoot, or perhaps an undiscovered species lurking in the remote wilderness. For those who view the footage, the hunter's visible shock and the unusual characteristics of the creature only add to its credibility. An unusually clear sighting on YouTube. In late 2021, a video uploaded by a YouTube user named NVTV reignited interest in Bigfoot with its stunning clarity. Filmed in Idaho's dense forests, this video offers a rare, detailed view of what many believe could be Bigfoot itself. Unlike typical blurry or distant footage, this video showcases the creature with remarkable detail, capturing a towering, ape-like figure with defined shoulders, a broad back, and limbs that appear far too muscular and proportionate to be a person in costume. As the creature moves through the frame, its size and shape seem to align with descriptions of Bigfoot passed down for decades. The uploader noted the creature's size, describing how its bulk filled much of the frame, and asserted that it didn't look like something that could simply be explained as a person dressed in a suit. The figure's broad shoulders and imposing build, combined with a fluid, animal-like motion, are rarely seen with such clarity. The video quickly gained traction in the Bigfoot community, with many lauding it as some of the clearest evidence ever captured of the creature. Skeptics, however, argue that the video could still be staged. Nevertheless, the level of detail has drawn widespread fascination and debate, with viewers polarized between belief and doubt. Could this sighting finally be the breakthrough evidence proving Bigfoot's existence, or is it just another elaborate hoax? The Bigfoot Night Camera Video, 2022. On February 12, 2022, a YouTube channel run by Mr. Man posted a video titled Bigfoot Night Camera. This video, captured using a night vision camera, showed what appeared to be a large, muscular figure standing in the forest. In the dim green glow, the creature was seen swaying slightly in the cool night air before it casually began moving around the area. Viewers were struck by the figure's massive build. Its broad shoulders and thick body didn't match the silhouette of any known animal, nor did it resemble a typical human figure. The way the creature moved and the way it filled the frame made it difficult to dismiss as someone in a costume. For those who viewed the video, this encounter raised even more questions about what might truly be out there in the secluded parts of the world. Could this be another sighting of the elusive Bigfoot? The night vision footage provided a haunting, almost surreal glimpse into the possibilities that may lie in the dark forests, igniting curiosity and debate among viewers. The legendary Patterson-Gimlin film, 1967. To truly appreciate the modern fascination with Bigfoot, we go back to one of the most iconic pieces of evidence, the Patterson-Gimlin film, captured in 1967 by Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin. While riding on horseback near Bluff Creek in Northern California, the two men suddenly noticed a large, ape-like figure walking along a creek bed. Acting quickly, Patterson managed to pull out his camera and capture the figure as it moved. The footage, though brief, shows the creature in mid-stride, with a large, muscular body and swinging arms, as it calmly walks away from the two men. This footage has since become one of the most famous and frequently analyzed clips in cryptozoology. For many, the creature's long, deliberate strides, its broad shoulders, and its hairy humanoid form seem to offer compelling evidence that Bigfoot is real. Skeptics argue that the footage could be a hoax, but believers point out details like muscle movement beneath the creature's fur, which would be difficult to replicate with a costume in the 1960s. The Patterson-Gimlin film has left a lasting legacy, creating an iconic image of Bigfoot and becoming a cornerstone of cryptozoological study, sparking interest, debate, and a global following that continues to this day. As we've seen, the mystery of Bigfoot endures, woven through eerie sightings, strange encounters, and fascinating footage from around the world. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, there's no denying the allure of this elusive creature hiding in the shadows of our wilderness. As long as people venture into the unknown, Bigfoot's legend will continue to grow, whispered in the rustling leaves, captured in fleeting glimpses, and fueling the imagination of those daring enough to search for the truth. So next time you find yourself in the deep woods, keep an eye out. Who knows what might be watching from the trees?